I've always felt very nostalgic playing this game, so let's sit back and share some of those wonderful memories. Hello, Ziclag here from Thesneakybros. In today's video, I'm showing you how I made 20,000 gold pieces in a single day while playing my favourite MMO of all time, RuneScape. The year is 2006, and my older brother introduced me to this quirky looking game, RuneScape. Straight away I fell in love with the world Jagex had created, with quests to enjoy, loot to gain, but most of all it gave me the tools to talk to other players through the power of the internet. I quite specifically remember being 10 years old, finishing primary school, running home trying to beat my brother so I could be the first one on the personal computer, because we only had one computer to share between the whole house. When my term was over, we would take an hour each on the computer. I would sometimes sit next to my older brother as he played on his RuneScape character, so I could kind of compare to what he's doing, so I could watch what adventures and skills he would train up compared to me. Later on we discovered that we could possibly make quite a lot of money if we actually worked together. We simply didn't have time to make money on our own because we could only spend a few hours a day on this game, otherwise our parents would get quite annoyed because we're not getting enough sunshine. So we decided to join our skills together and we hitched a plan to make as much jewellery as possible in a single day. My brother would usually spend most of his days in the hot desert of Al-Kharid. It was the prime area to mine rare ores and smelt them into bars. He would gather an inventory full of gold, smelt them with the Al-Kharid furnace. He would then go on to sell it in Varrock for a little profit. But this time I told him to hold on to his wares. I remember watching my brother many years ago mining in this Al-Kharid mine, and he would usually have competitors for each ore and for each rock. Nowadays the Al-Kharid mine is, well, it's pretty bare. It's kind of sad really. Nowadays it's just littered with scorpions. I'm not too sure why my brother preferred mining and smelting, because it was kind of one of those RuneScape skills that took a lot of time and effort, and you'd get very slow XP rates per hour. But my brother just seemed to like to gather up all these rare ores, smelt them, and sell them across to other people so they could craft them into really cool and rare armor. So while he did all the mining and smelting, which took a hell of a lot of time because there was big competitors within the mining areas around RuneScape. So I decided to go out there and have as many adventures as possible. I would find these monsters to slay. Some would be really hard to kill, but you would find that kind of monster which kind of rewards you with enough gems to keep you fighting. So a lot of my time in the early days of RuneScape, I would go around and try and collect as many gems as possible. And then I'll turn these and kind of chisel and cut them away and cut them into usable gems, where then my brother and I could combine his ore and my gems to make jewellery. Every time that he got a new batch of gold that he had smelted into bars, he would trade over to my account, where I would then take a necklace mold and a ring mold, which took us a very long time to work out because back then we didn't check the RuneScape wiki, which I would recommend you doing nowadays if you're ever stuck. But back in the day it was trial and error. We had no idea what we were doing, but eventually we found out that we needed a mold and we needed string and we needed some patience. Now came the really fun part. During my adventures I had actually trained up my magic quite a bit, so I had the required levels to craft and enchant such jewellery as strength amulets, power amulets, and all kinds of cool stuff. We were both so proud to have made these items from scratch that people were so desired to get their hands on. We even high-fived each other when that trade offer was made by that person. It was the most money that we've ever seen before in RuneScape. We were like, wow, if we keep this up, we can make 100k in a week. Now that I think about it now, it's kind of really funny. That's why I wanted to share this story, because of how stupid we were back there, and how, you know, some really funny stories actually happen in RuneScape back in the day, back in like the 2006-2007 era of when the game was still young. Nowadays, my brother and I have actually left the crafting business. We've given the keys to Domic. He's the guy that sells all the molds and that kind of stuff. So,
well, hello there.
Our crafting shop didn't last very long. It lasted for about 3 more days, and then we got bored and we moved on to other things like you always do when you're young. But those 3 days of making 20k a day was one of the funniest times that I can remember in RuneScape. You know, thinking about it now. Now that I think about it, we didn't make 20k in a day. We actually made 10k in a day because we had to split it 50-50. Wow, we really did suck at this game. Well, I hope you liked this video. It's been a bit weird and a bit different, but I hope you quite enjoyed it. I really like playing RuneScape. It's my favourite MMO of all time. Go check it out. Link in the description down below. Tell me in the comments if you want to see more of these kind of videos or more stories about what has happened in my life when it comes to like gaming and doing all kind of weird stuff, because I have done some crazy stuff when it comes to kind of online and gaming and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up and a like. Thank you very much for spending this time to XP waste with me, and I'll see you next time.